And then the kind of like other big races that we have are something called the bumps races, which I think is like such a unique thing to like Cambridge and Oxford, whereby all the boats are kind of lined up along the river in a particular order, and that order like carries on year. And then we race for 4 days, and you race across like 2.7K, and the aim is to bump the boat in front of you, like quite literally, like you need physical contact for it to count as a bump. And the way it works is there's a cannon that goes off, and everyone just starts rowing. And then yeah, the aim is basically to go off as hard as you can and just hope to catch the boat in front. And then also hope that the boat behind you doesn't catch you when you then like ultimately blow up and don't catch the boat in front of you. And it is just like the most chaotic set of racing. Like the photos you get from there is like boats like absolutely mounting banks because the River Cam is just so twisty and turny, and like the cox has to be like so on it with all the corners that sometimes you take a corner too tight and like you're straight into the bank. Um, so many pictures of like crews crashing because when you're like gaining on a crew and like your cox is like, yeah, keep going. But the crew in front of you just don't like they don't want to concede. So sometimes you will end up just like absolutely crashing into their stern before they end up conceding. Um, and there's like so much chaos that goes on. And then like if you bump during the race, there's like so many other boats behind you, so you have to like clear and like move out the way so the other boats can row through. And there's just certain times where like just boats just don't clear properly because there's so many people on the bank, so many coaches all shouting at you where you go, and sometimes the coach just doesn't clear properly, and then they end up getting rammed by like a crew behind them, and then people appeal, people fine. They'll like find every excuse to like blame someone for why they didn't bump the boat in front, and the college rivalry like really comes out. Like there's so many people on the bank every single day, and for the competition and like our very last term, what we call like May's bumps, because it takes place in June, but it's in our May term. That's the one that everyone comes out for because that's all the big ones. Like all the alumni come in to watch, and the bank is just absolutely full of so many spectators all across this 2.7K course. And it is so incredible to just row through, and like everyone supports everyone. Like, yeah, if you're like chasing their college, they'll obviously cheer for their college. But otherwise, like everyone is cheering for you, and it's just such an incredible atmosphere. And I've done like quite a few races, and I think those are definitely like my favorite ones because you never know what's going to happen. And it's quite an unfair race. Like the fastest crew won't necessarily be the one that's like at the head of the river and starts first.